Hey guys, how's it hanging everybody? This is StormPow, and today we are going to be doing the very first installment ever of all time of Pass or Pull. And basically in this series we're going to be taking a look at new summoning banners on gacha games. Particularly we are going to be taking a look at the Legends All-Star Volume 2 banner in DragonBall Legends. And basically if you don't know what that is, it's the Trio de Legends, the Trio de Danger, the Trio of Danger, the three evil mean dogs from the Tournament of Power in DragonBall Super. They just recently added them to DragonBall Legends. These are brand new units that they put into their own summoning banner here just a few days ago, and a lot of people I've been seeing on Twitter and online have been talking about whether or not they're going to summon them. You guys have been talking about it in my Twitch chat a lot, and I wanted to make an entire video just kind of analyzing them at a high level here and overall deciding should you pass or pull on this banner. Should this be worth your time? Because you work really hard for your crystals, and I don't want to see you spend them, you know, the wrong way. So I'm just going to take a look at everything, give you guys the important details here, and hopefully you'll leave with enough information to decide should you pass or pull. I really wanted to name this series Skip or Summon, but other people have done that, and your boy is trying to be original, but it's so hard in 2020 when everything has been done, and I'm just so frustrated, and I just... You also may be wondering, hey StormPow, why are you wearing a hat all of a sudden? You never wear hats in your videos. Well, boys and girls, as you get older, especially you males out there, will start to realize that your hair gets a little thinner up top and your head gets cold. So, you know, it's just kind of something to do. Don't worry about it. You mind your own business. So anyway, guys, first off, let's take a look at Bergamo. He is the main one here, in my opinion. He's the one that I've seen the most people talk about. His main thing is that he's very tanky. He has got really high defense. He is also the only one with an ultimate attack, and interestingly enough, this ultimate attack does more damage the more team members that you've still got alive. Now, to my understanding, it doesn't matter at all if your other team members are actually Trio to Danger team members. I'm pretty sure they can be literally any other unit. As long as you've got, you know, other team members alive, it's going to do more damage depending on how many of them. So that's pretty cool. But it is to be noted, he is the only one of them with an ultimate attack. So to me, you know, that's kind of their hint nudge of like, hey, you know, we want you to be using all three of these. I mean, obviously the game is designed for you to have three core units out in the battle at one time, and then they, you know, give you this summoning banner with the Trio to Danger. Like it's not rocket science here, but that's just one of the subtle signs here of some of the synergy, which I'll be talking about that a lot in this video and kind of recapping on it in a little bit, so stay tuned for that. In my opinion, he makes probably the best lead out of them just because he's very tanky. So, you know, say you use him as the lead and your opponent sends out, you know, a very offensive, a very heavy hitter character, you know, he's gonna be able to take a couple of hits there, but also just in general, you know, you're gonna want your other team members alive so that way his ultimate does the most damage. So like I said, he's in my opinion best used kind of earlier on in the match. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. We're going to be taking a look at Lavender. Also, one thing here, you know, I know that I was talking earlier about me wearing hats now. I know that's new. Well, also, I got these new glasses. I don't know if you noticed that in the past couple videos here. And one thing that's cool about these new glasses is it allowed me to look at my YouTube analytics. And one thing that I saw is that a lot of people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you're one of these people, first of all, what the f? Secondly, make sure that you're subscribing. I know that YouTube probably recommends my video to you because you like Dragon Ball Legends and stuff, and you just click on it and you get what you need from there, but you're missing out on a lot of other stuff. Be sure to subscribe so that way you don't miss a single upload. Turn the bell on, do all that good stuff, and follow me on Twitter. Get all your updates so that way you don't miss any StormPow action. But anyway, guys, let's get back to the video. Lavender is really interesting to me. The main draw to Lavender is their poison. So their special arts card has a 100% chance to strongly poison the opponent, and then their main ability increases their damage to poisoned opponents, I believe by 50%. Like, it's a pretty good chunk of damage. So Lavender to me is one of the ones that works kind of the best on his own. You know, obviously these three units work the best best when used all together. And again, we'll talk about that some more in a little bit. But to me, like when I was looking at some other things, like if I could only pull one, I would probably want to pull Lavender. He's not like my favorite as far as the actual character himself goes, but as far as who could be used by themselves, I really think Lavender is the main one there. You know, since his poison doesn't really depend on having any of the other members of the trio on the team or anything like that, or really even having other team members in general, like how Bergamo's ultimate does. He's good on his own. I guess you could say that he's a lone wolf. Lastly, we are going to be taking a look at Basil, and I really hate having to call him Basil because I always want to call him Basil from the guy from Austin Powers, and like it bothers me. It bothers me. So Basil, the spice that you'd put in your food, that guy, his main thing is that he is like kind of a heavy hitter in a way. Rather than calling him a heavy hitter, I'll say he's a long hitter. This dude can have some insane combos because he's really built out to just be kind of unstoppable. He's got all kinds of different things that make his damage uncancelable and his attacks uncancelable. So his main will restore a vanishing gauge, and it will also go ahead and ensure that his next card is a special arts card. His special arts card, Danger Doping, then it goes ahead and recovers his key, and it lowers the cost of his blast and his strike attacks. Then his unique ability increases his draw speed. Like, it's just all around. They were like, we just want to make this dude like super freaking unstoppable and just have these long combos. Again, kind of like Lavender, he could function pretty well on his own in a different team setting. To me, he kind of seems like the last man standing. Like, if this were me using the three of them in PvP, I would use them in the exact order that I just listed them out. You know, again, I would lead with Bergamo to maybe see if you could go ahead and sneak an ultimate fairly early in the game. Then I would, you know, try to use Lavender somewhere to sneak in that poison on, you know, your enemy who's got that one unit that's just being like really annoying and you need to really put some damage on. And then I would go ahead and swap out to Basil and just go in for the kill and just lock that dude in a combo that he cannot get out of. So other than that example right there of kind of how the three would work together really well synergy wise, you know, again, when used all together, taking a look at their actual boosts and their buffs, all three of them have a pretty freaking significant boost to the Universe Survival Saga episode. Basil boosts Strike Attack, Lavender boosts Blast Attack, and Bergamo gives a boost to health. And these, of course, go to characters that are in the Universe Survival Saga, which, of course, these guys are. So what makes this really cool is that, you know, you get very well-rounded. Your team is not just boosting a ton to one specific stat. And again, they did this intentionally, for sure. It boosts all around the board, so that way your characters, these three dudes, are gonna be just all around beasts. No pun intended. Well, kind of. My history on puns is that I usually intend them. And then of course, when they limit break further, I mean, it gets even crazy. Like 26% is not a bad boost at all for a character right out the gate. Like, that's the type of boost that you would expect for a stat, you know, later on in limit breaking, but it just gets even better as you limit break them further. But like starting out, they're boosting 26%. Again, Bergamo, I think, is 18% for his health boost, because 26% to health would be like a little nuts, but still really good stat boosts that will make their team very well rounded. Now, here's the thing that nobody's talking about. I see all these videos where people are explaining the synergy between those three, but nobody's even talking about how there's another unit on this banner that works perfectly. I mean, perfectly as a bench unit for these three dudes. Like, they really thought this banner out. Like, most of the time in banners, we get one really badass unit as like the featured unit, you know, the main one, you know, like the last Legends All-Star, I guess it was 2 with Trunks and Goten, but like usually there's only like one, maybe 2 units that are made to be like the new big bad one that everybody wants and everybody's talking about. But this one, there's actually 4, and you want to get all 4 of them to get the best advantage out of this. So Kakunsa is new to this banner as well, and let me tell you again, she makes the best bench unit for these 3 dudes. Having her on your bench will give a 26 10% boost to strike and blast defense for anybody that is rival universe or female warrior. So yeah, I mean, she could be used on your female warriors team too, but just looking at these guys, you know, she will give them a pretty dang heavy defensive boost, which is great because, you know, they've already got good stats. Again, especially Bergamo, he's incredibly tanky to begin with. And then you throw Kakunsa on the bench and that dude is going to be a freaking brick wall. But holy cow, to me, to put all 4 of these on the same banner is really what needs to be considered here. It's a lot less of a question if there's just one unit, because if there's a banner that's up and there's only one real like main featured unit that I'm trying to get, I'm gonna be much more willing to pull from it because I only need to get that one unit. But with this, there's actually 4 units that you need to pull if you want to get the most out of this. Like, I mean, I know that this is going to sound dramatic and a lot of people are going to disagree, but I almost would not really be interested in getting any one of these unless I got the other 3. I mean, especially the core trio up there, but even getting Kakunsa is like really, really important and will make the team a lot better. So for me right now, I'm gonna say trio, the danger, whatever, Legends All-Star Volume 2 is a pass for right now. And again, they're really great units. I'm not saying that they're bad units. It's just kind of to get the full value out of these, you need to get all 4. And anytime that that's the case, that's really rough. And so this is just my personal opinion. Let me know down below. Are you planning on pulling from this banner? Have you already pulled from this banner? How'd it go? For now, I would like to thank you all for watching. I hope you have a nice day and goodbye.